I would say I do like pushing myself. Not that I try to prove that I'm good or anything. I do it actually to see if I can pull it off. That's very often my reason for doing it. I'm just like Bob the Builder, you know. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Yeah, I think the water will be a better option when it's fishing we're talking about. Yeah, I don't need to prove anything. I know roughly what I'm capable of, but sometimes I see something and think, I wonder. And to be honest, some challenges is rather difficult. Others are doable. And I don't like planets where the wildlife try to eat me. I'm a friend, not food. Oh well. Yeah, welcome back. I've been among that. I've been actually looking at some challenges, which is actually not hard to do, but they are hard to get good times on them, and it's all about times. Um, I just need to get the proper rule set before I actually venture out of them. Um, but it's something about catching 10 fish of each classification, so C, B, A, and legendary. It can be the same fish, but you have to catch 10 of each. You have to then collect a number of specific resources, and you have to visit specific systems, and it does include purple systems, so you have to go through the whole thing to get it. And again, it's on time. Yes, they are. However, you need to cook them. Oh, what a shame. What are you going to... I don't know exactly. I will get the whole list, and then I will give you the information I have when I have it. What do you have? What is it? Is some of the materials or the void eggs? Yeah, You know what? You have two options. You can share the stack with Antipod, so you get half each, and then sell them at a space station and get some money so you can buy your ships and stuff like that. Or you can put them in your storage and keep them until one day you are in trouble with money. Oh man, of course I don't have any condensed carbon when I need it. I think he was the first known nonce, but never mind. I would say take that as compensation for wasting your time today. I think that's fair enough. Just wait until I send you the price for wasting my time. That's very expensive. No, I actually didn't think I was wasting time because, first of all, I learned things from these encounters. It would be nice for me to actually know that, okay, this is how it works, this is what we do, and so on. So, no, it's not. Don't feel that. Sometimes, actually, when you come into the anomaly, someone will just give you a stack of something, and it might be exactly the same I just gave you. So, don't feel any. And believe me, you will pick up a lot of things down the line that is useful and give money and all such things. You know, if we come to that, I will let you know if there's something I suddenly need. But you have to remember as well, I'm a hoarder, so whenever I encounter something I know I might need down the line, I normally pick it up, bring it with me, save it. So, you asked if the fish was a good way of making money, right? I would say, when you look at the fish, they are not worth a lot, but if you cook them, you can make them so they are worth. Did I actually put some over? I have a feeling I did. It doesn't look like I did. But you can cook them and they kind of become each roughly 50,000 in price for 3 fish. Well, that is actually not so difficult. Either you build a nutrition processor, I call it a food processor, but either in your base, a nutrient processor, or you build one on your freighter, and that's where you can cook food, not only fish, it can cook a lot of things. But if you don't have it or don't have the resources to build it, you can actually go to the guy in the anomaly. You know the two guys you talk to which sometimes give you nanites? In the right hand side, in that corner there is a food critic, there is a nutrient processor there. Yes, you can buy the blueprint in the anomaly for the nutrient processor. And then it's just it's just cooking them and then sell them. I need to go somewhere. Deliver the goods off planet. So. Oh, don't worry. Aronium, you don't really need the recipe for it. However, it's one you buy for nanites in the anomaly. But the thing is, if you on your freighter start to do frigate missions, they bring so much home of these kind of things. Hello, Evil Tomcat. It's going quite well, thank you. And you? Oh, okay, yeah. Now then just get the recipe, and I can't remember what it is you need to produce it. Let me have a look if I can actually. It's not that, it's in here. No, I only got the dirty bronze so far, but yeah, it's combining different, and you just build them. But let me ask you a question, Antipod, because if I show you what aronium can be when you refine it, then speculate if you want to actually give them away. Aronium, you can refine that into lots of silver. One aronium is 250 silver, so those 7 was brought back by my frigates today. I have plenty of silver, so I'm actually not going to do it. But the other one I have, the dirty bronze, that's also silver, and it's the same. So, but some of them, and I don't of course have it. Oh, I have geosite that actually refine into refine into platinum, which can be quite tricky to find, and you need that a lot when you repair ships. So just bear in mind, look sometimes, just put them on and see what can I actually refine it to, because sometimes it's quite surprising results. Yeah, of course. But as I said, I get it from my frigate mission, so I'm not really in a situation where I actually need to make them. That's the difference. I would if I had to, but as I don't have to, then it's fine. Well, there is so many little things which is never ever explained somewhere. So it's actually good sometimes to see the inside of other players and see what they have found out, and they might have found something out. I don't know. This is one thing which annoys me. They attack the place I am. Why do they do that? Couldn't they go somewhere else? And then they might actually live. Ow. Now you scratched the paint on my ship. Oh, Jesus. Now I'm angry. You don't like me when I'm angry. Oh, I don't use squadron. That ruins my stomach acid. Oh. Oh, I mean, it's it is actually not difficult. It might look like it, but it's not. Okay, that's just going to be recycled. Oh, Dufufu, no, no, no. That's what's his name? Nada. Nada. No. Don't tell people that, because that's not true. Oh. Oh dear. I could give so many spoilers right now, but I won't. For some reason that didn't come up, but thank you. I actually think I have put... I'm going to remove my code for now. If anyone wants... Because I think that messes up with my... different alerts. It does messes up sometimes. So, if you want to learn a little bit about making money, by the way, going to trade posts on planets, you will always see there's some products which is saying minus something in green, and that means that's the price they are under the average price. So if you buy them and then sell them on a space station where you get the price in plus something in green, then you will always earn money. You don't have to calculate it, but that's how it works. So if I'm trying to sell here, you can see it says minus 52.7%. That's what they want to pay for what I'm selling. So that's 50% under average. I'm not going to sell it for that, but it would work green and showing plus 52%. I would say, yes, let me sell. But the thing is, you can always buy them cheaper on trade post on planets. You might have bought them for less, but you need to sell them at space stations, not on trading posts. Yeah, no, that I can sit on them for a very long time. I only sell if it's plus something, and even if I've gotten it for free. I am not selling to underprice. This is not an Arabian bazaar somewhere. That is for sure. I am happy to go and earn billions, but you don't earn that by giving things away for free almost, or for a loss. So I done both missions, and I will go back and hand them in. That is positive, but I always look at the ships around, and I always do scan animals I can see quite easy. Doesn't it say that? Doesn't it say that? Yeah, but then you need to do a little bit of work yourself, because then you need to know the average pricings. And I know that you just look at a thing and it said value 1900 units. That is the average price. So I do know that, but you have to do that little bit yourself. That I can't always be bothered to do. That's why you suggested the other day I applied for the job as the Q&A guy. I see what you're doing. I'm just a humble player like you are. No better, no worse. It's all about, that's more fish, 500,000 for 5 fish. See, that's another way of earning money. So yeah, let's go and catch some more fish. I'm not so rich that I won't say thank you for 500,000. And it's actually not bad. It's on a planet with loads of water, so it's a problem when it's on a planet that hardly have any water and you actually have to find the water underground somewhere. That is that's funny. I just ran out of fuel.
Technology recharge.
Oh, that's not true. You told me one thing. I actually think you have taught me more than I have taught you, so that's it's a little bit funny, to be honest. You say everything makes sense, right? Look at that thing, Mark of the Denier. That's actually because I told the Atlas to bugger off. So I can say it's not everything that actually makes sense. Yeah, no, that's correct. We do actually. So do you want me to fish from the top of a holo tower? That's new. I'm not sure I can hit water from there. There's water down there. I think that was the other way around. What? There's even water down in the cave. You know what? I'm happy to fish in a hole in a cave next to my ship. I know you haven't probably found any of the water worlds with very deep water, but I sometimes been fishing on them thinking, I wonder how far down my line actually go. I actually do like I do like to be helpful where I can, and that goes for everyone which comes with questions, and everyone is allowed to ask questions, new players as well as old players. Okay, sleep well, Antipod, and I'll be back on Sunday. And good luck with the game as it goes. And remember to who should share the spoils with you. But he has to give you the merchandise, not sell it, and because he can't give you money. Yeah, well. You know, when the cat is out, the mice is playing around in the kitchen. I can tell you something funny about our cats. Uh, I have told we have an old cat. He's just old and grumpy. What? But the young one, he loves going out on the fields and the forest, and he comes home with his loot whenever he catches mice, rats, squirrels, rabbits. So far he has come home with, and he paid the dogs protection money with the rabbits. Our dogs love the rabbits, and we found out it's actually very good to give your dogs rabbits. Oh no, I'm just catching uncommon fish. It's just a mission. I'm not chasing right now. And the funny thing is, a lot of our neighbors have cats and dogs for that matter, but the cats venture into our garden, and they actually beat our old cat up sometimes if they gang up on him. But the young one actually protects him, and so do the dogs. So they lure the cats into the garden where the dogs roam freely most of the time. And they get a very bad surprise when two dogs are standing there. uh, no, I just got a mission with catch 5 fish for 500,000 units. I thought that was a little bit too good offer to say no to. But thank you, Jenny. If I go out on one of the where I think I wanna catch them all like a good Pokemon game, then I might take you up on the offer. I say the worst thing is, as the dogs are rather smart, they learn from the cats as well. And I never had dogs who use their paws so creative as a cat would do. They actually both grab things and hold them with their paws to eat them, for instance. To pick things up. The young one, she sometimes pick up her toys with her paws and chuck it up in the air and catch it with her mouth. It's relatively amazing to see. But the young cat, he has rather short legs, and he's not big, but he's very fast, he's very agile. And sometimes we think he thinks he's a border collie, so he's running around playing with the dogs, and he's just jumping up in the air, trying to reach their height and stuff like that. I would admit I can sometimes, especially when it's good weather, I can sit out in the garden and observe the dogs and the young cat play around for hours. It never grows boring because it's so funny. There's one of them. See, he's selling these three cheap, but I'm actually not going to buy them. No, that's fine. I just said I'm not going to buy them, so yeah, I buy them. If I can make a little bit of money, it's actually not bad. No, I always had animals, and sometimes, but you have to be awake. Don't sit and half sleep and think you get a bargain. But you can find the good stuff from time to time. But what they very often have is a lot of the plants, which if you can't be bothered collecting them yourself, it actually can be a good idea to buy them from them. But the longer you get into the game, you will have farms on your bases and stuff like that. So then it is not important anymore. But what? Why are you saying, oh? Did you forget something? So, I get 500,000 from that. That's not a bad bargain. Well, it's fine, and have you not bought my book yet? Well, whatever I can provide you with, I'm happy to do so. Well, put this into perspective. When you start a game, you start a new game and you start up in Euclid. We all do. If you could look at the galaxy, the galaxy map from when you start, it would up in the corner say galactic core and then Euclid 700 and something thousand light years. So that means when you start, you are roughly 700,000 light years from the center of the galaxy. Wicked, that's not helpful, but you're right. But no matter where you start, normally you will start very far from the center, and that is roughly 700,000 light years. So in order to get there, your starship have a range, and on this ship my range is 1335.8 light years. So you can divide that with 700,000 and you would not even, the starship you have I think has a range under 100 or roughly that. So you can divide that and see how many jumps you have to do to actually get to the center. If you take a black hole, it will bring you 3,000 light years closer to the center. It will tell you have jumped many more light years, but that's not true because it jumped across. All the galaxies is kind of a spiral. So it will give you 3,000 jump, a 3,000 light year jump closer to the center. So if you use black holes, you will have to do around 100 jumps to get to the center. Okay, that's a lot, but it's less than you would have to do if you didn't use black holes. I think you're getting fishy now, Ginny. You will get them. Yeah, and you're right, Wicked. That's the very quick way. You can use portals to get inside 5,000 light years from the portal, and that's actually what many would do. No, they will always only bring you 3,000 light years closer. Even though this one said I traveled 61,299 light years. However, it did, but if you look up in the corner, you can see it's kind of a spiral, the galaxy, and it jumped across. If it had jumped 60,000 light years, I would have been in the center now. But you can also use portals, and Wicked is right. You can use find a portal, and then you need one glyph actually known to do it, and then you can get to the center very quickly. Yeah, you know, I found a space anomaly, which was like a big stargate, and I found out I could fly into it, and I flew into it, and it brought me all the way out in the outer ring. Yeah, I think it's probably the same. So I went back further out than I started from. A relic gate, yeah, that's I have encountered that as well, and that, yeah. So what I did was go to the space station, teleport back where I was, and didn't use it again. But there is some traps here and there. And then we can take the discussion, why do you need to go to the center? Well, that's where you can jump to the next galaxy, unless you use the teleporter in the anomaly. But when you are out on your own, you want to jump to the next galaxy. See, I think Wicked is the Atlas. Yeah, a teleporter can bring you pretty much to all your bases, your ship. So I'm in galaxy number 19 here, and if I look at my bases, I only have one base, which is in Euclid, and I can get to that at any time. I can get to my freighter at any time, no matter where I am. This one is in this galaxy, so that would not really be any different, but I could go back, and you can even see you can have an amount of space stations sitting, and that is I can't remember how many it is, but that's I think I have space for 3 more, and then the last one starts falling out every time you get a new one. But there I can even go back to some of them in Euclid where I came from. But always, and that's why I say always have a base in the galaxy, because just a little simple one thing, you can always teleport to it. Yeah, that's correct, Ginny. The teleporters you make yourself or is on space stations and normally will take you to places you have either made yourself or been before, as long as they are in the list. There's more fish. Oh, that's it. And then I will deliver this for a storage slot for my ship. I would say yes and no, because the usage of resources, yeah, I used to do that as well. There is a limit for how much, it's not how many bases, but how many things you put in them. I can't remember the numbers, but the thing is, I found out I don't need that many resources because I can pick them up in other places. I have storage on my freighter, and I filled that up pretty much. What I have the basis for is more as an entry point to other galaxies, and I do put a little bit of things in them, and I might have a fishing place. I might have some traps to catch fish in, and I wonder if I actually have that in this one. I don't know if I ever actually put them on, because I only have the start base and I didn't really do much with it, so I don't think I have. You can always teleport to it, even if you don't have a teleporter. Yeah, I have pretty much done the same over time, and I did used to have. I also used to have a big base with loads of plants and stuff like that, but I kind of found out over time that I don't need that much, and if I do, I will have it either from my freighter or I get it when I get around. Okay, thank you, Tiger. I know it's something which probably at some point will change, um, because they talked about that before Worlds, that there would be expansions to certain things, and that was one of them, and it never been implemented yet. So there might be a change. I hope there will, for those who really make a lot of big bases. Yeah, it's no, I will say do it for resources at this point, and when you start getting more out and about, then you can always delete some of the bases you don't need. That will free up things. I will say there is a little trick. I don't know if it still works, but I actually think it does. If you build a base where there is a crashed ship, then it will respawn there. So you can actually farm that crashed ship over and over again. Another way of actually earning money. Oh. 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 See, I caught a fish that I have to put back in water. Yeah, I know what happens with that. Yeah, if you don't have a teleporter in your base, you can teleport to the base, but of course you can't teleport out of it. Then you will have to fly up to the space station in that system and use that. I don't think that's wasting your resources as such, because it is actually quite okay. As I said, if you ever get to that point where you are exhausted, you can always go back and delete some bases. Then you free up the count of numbers you can use. And I know a lot of people then start planning, where do I need and where don't I need. So I wanted to fish again. It's not really a waste if you do it because you actually wanna do it, and it gives you sort of a game happiness. Make it good for you to play. What? Oh, I have to go to another system. That is... Oh, it's not even... I have to deliver a parcel there, and the fishing place is the next system after that. Okay. Yeah, well, I would not see it as wasteful, because you do it because you think it's good for you, and that is kind of the most important thing. And as long as you actually doesn't run out of numbers, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Thank you very much, and if I don't catch you before, then have a very nice trip to Albania. And enjoy your time there. And don't worry, I will always try to help. Yeah, definitely. I do pick up some weird missions from time to time, and that is, well, it's just to keep working on the standing with the guilds, because I do think it's kind of an important thing to do.